welcome back to another episode of the Badass Records podcast. I'm your host, Blair Johnson, and this is the Travis Kelce episode. That's right, it's episode number 87. If you're new to the show, you can follow it on Twitter and Instagram. You can subscribe at your local favorite streaming platform. You can find the YouTube channel and subscribe there. You can go to the site, badassrecordspodcast.com, and find all of the aforementioned in there. New episodes are out Thursdays. And this intro clip that we just heard were the opening seconds of a tune called Is There Anybody Here That Loves My Jesus? And here's another little piece of it. This track is the opener to Medeski, Martin & Wood's 1996 album Shackman. It's their fourth out of 19 total. Most have just been the trio of John Medeski on keys, Billy Martin on drums, and Chris Wood on bass. A few of the trio's studio efforts have featured other musicians and therefore altered the album artist's name to reflect who's present, but this one is just a threesome and it contains 11 tracks running 55 minutes. So I always knew were the day to come that I'd do Play Pause Stop by Benevento Russo Duo as one of, if not the first, solo episodes. But making that second pick was tough in that there were a lot of contenders. I put some stuff on, though, and deep in my soul, I knew that Shackman would always be on deck to play pause stop, which, by the way, I dive into in the Dante Hall episode. That's 82 for you non-Chiefs fans. Shackman is epic, though, and so we're diving in and out of very short samples of songs in an effort to keep noses clean and algorithms content. These portions of tracks are, in my mind, a lovely example of the ultimate illustration in studio record badassery. Medeski, Martin & Wood, or MMW, embodies that cool kid you used to see that always perplexed you, the kid that you could never really aptly describe to your closest besties as to why he or she was cool. And let's face it, if you're Medeski, Martin & Wood and you get to open for Phish in 1995, then find yourself on the Horde Festival bill 2 years later, it doesn't get much cooler than that. That was our last quick peek into Is There Anybody Here That Loves My Jesus? And these guys formed in 1991 in and around Brooklyn, releasing their debut, Notes from the Underground, a year later. Their follow-up, It's a Jungle in Here, broke the mold for contemporary jam jazz, and they didn't stop there. 1995's Friday Afternoon in the Universe and Combustication from 1998 would also rewrite and reinvent a genre that maybe, I don't know, only belonged to a handful. But this is a look into track number 3, Dracula. Shackman was allegedly recorded in a Hawaiian shack, the MMW sound powered by solar energy and generators. Relics magazine called the record a funky dorm room breakthrough, while a publication called Cleveland Scene claimed it to pave the way for such acts as Soul Live and Particle. First track we caught a glimpse of runs. The first track we caught a glimpse of runs 4 minutes and 27 seconds and sets the mood with a little swamp funk. By the time we're to Dracula, things have gotten spooky, and this number of 4 minutes and 19 seconds flirts with perfection. Shackman was produced by Hans Wendel, engineered by David Baker, and features album artwork by none other than Mr. Billy Martin himself. Perhaps one day I'll explore, or I'll feature, it's a jungle in here, and I'll explore that broken mold sound. It'd for sure be a treat to sample the soft loveliness of so many beautiful things happening in that record. I'd also like to examine Friday Afternoon in the Universe and explore how they departed from that debut record standardish jazz sound, pivoted from the accessibility of jungle, and really dug their heels in for an incredible adventure. Speaking of Friday Afternoon, there's a track on there called Chub Sub, and it got a little bit of traction and was how they got put onto my map. If Chub Sub did indeed put them on the map, this song right here, track number 4, was the liftoff from it that sent them into orbit. Yes, it's Bubble House, and you may have heard it before. I've heard it about 967 times, and I considered being cheeky and leaving it out, but it's just too damn good to omit. It's in the 4-hole, and like the opener, runs 4 minutes, 27 seconds. Now, it goes without saying that this tune kicks ass. Never across 3 records was there doubt that this trio was talented and honed. This, though, was their showcase. John Medeski on his Hammond B3 organ, clavinet, Wurlitzer electric piano, Pianet T, toy piano, Yamaha CS012. Clearly has an array of toys in his instrument closet. He's also got one of the biggest set of chops I've ever laid ears on. And while this is no disservice to Mr. Martin or Mr. Wood, it's hard to argue that Medeski isn't leading the charge here. When someone's sick enough to force you to wave the surrender flag after trying to air key and follow along, you know they're a true protege. The speed, the tone, the groove. All while his bandmates shred right alongside him. Truly makes this track one for the ages. We've skipped tracks 5 through 8 to land here on Jelly Belly, and since we've dipped often into Bubble House, we'll keep this one brief. This thing's got wicked vibes and cool flow. And it's not afraid to venture into either the silly and playful or the atonal and arrhythmic, but we'll leave that little bit of exploration to you. The final track we're going to look at is Shackman's Closer, and it's called Kenny. We get back to that spooky feel we got in Dracula. Only instead of some of the shredding we got from Medeski and Martin. We stay in the chill lane for the song's 4-minute, 44-second duration. I really love this record, not only for myself, but for the band. You can't look at any one Medeski, Martin, Wood album and say that it is their identity. The beauty of an outfit like them is that identity and shift and shape is that identity and shift and shape with each new record. I feel like they really dialed it in with this 1996 effort, though. When it was out and new, all I wanted to do was listen to Bubble House over and over again. It's teeming with sadness, though. They're a hell of an outfit, and this was an incredible release. Thank you all for giving it a little bit of your attention. Until next time.